feel a little bit like Charlie Brown ready to try to kick a field goal. I'm just hopeful that Lucy doesn't pull the ball on me again, right?
Classic. Well, probably a lot of people out there with the same thought. For the last 2 years, COVID has certainly pulled the ball out on a lot of things. Idaho courts, no exception. They've battled through complicated COVID protocols and processes. A reality for courts, they can't really operate the way they need to remotely. So for the last 2 years or so, work has piled up. How much is out there to do, though, right now? And are courts really bogged down for the long term? Joe Paris checked in with the Ada County Courthouse administrators about the work on their plate and how long they will take to get through it.
As courthouses across Idaho get back to business, the COVID-created backlog remains a major challenge.
It is still fairly daunting.
Judge Steven Hippler is the administrative district judge for the 4th District Court in Ada County. Judge Hippler and his colleagues are working to catch up on cases that saw delay after delay because of COVID. A major focus point now, getting in-custody defendants before a jury trial.
We are probably backlogged by about 350 to 500 trials would be my guess. In terms of, we haven't tried any civil cases since, early 2020, like January, February 2020. So we're a couple years behind on civil trials. And that will be a significant component of trying to catch up.
So how long could it take in Ada County to fully catch up and get back to quote unquote normal? It's impossible to say for sure, but Judge Hippler has this insight.
Before we get through the full effects of the pandemic, get everything sort of back to operating at a normal level, I think we're talking about 2024, 2025, maybe even. I mean, I think it's just going to take that long to get back to a normal start that allows also a little bit of perhaps another stop here or there in that time frame.
The stop and start reality of COVID has made the situation challenging.
I feel a little bit like Charlie Brown ready to try to kick a field goal. I'm just hopeful that Lucy doesn't pull the ball on me again, right? So I've been here before, optimistic, and then something else happens, another shoe drops, and we're back having to shut down again.
Navigating everything through COVID has been a challenge that comes with natural frustration at times. Courts were not originally set up to handle business through a pandemic. Because of that, people on all sides of court proceedings have had to be patient and wait.
We have to weigh all those things and decide how we're going to carry forward, what tools we're going to carry forward, and which we're going to recognize, yes, that might have been efficient, but it's important that these certain proceedings go back to in person.
At the Ada County Courthouse, Judge Hippler says there's been great efforts to embrace technology and creativity to keep as many court proceedings going as possible. Things like court appearances via Zoom have made access easier. At the same time, though, some non-traditional court proceedings have come with the sacrifice of standard process and procedure that is vital to proceedings.
I think that's a little bit of a frustration that we're not able to afford defendants that important right to go to trial quickly. I think one of the other frustrations has been the start and stop nature of things. So in a given case, the state has to reach out to witnesses and subpoena them and make them available for a given week, and then they're not able to go.
All right, Joe, so given this time constraint, are people looking to make some plea deals instead of going to trial?
You would imagine that if there was a jury team, or excuse me, I should say a legal team that has the potential of going into a jury trial, a lot of them have been talking about, okay, is there a way that we can, I guess, make a deal before we actually go all the way to court and get to a jury trial? Now, some cases, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to escalate it to that point. But another thing I was talking about with Judge Hippler, Brian, is that Judge Hippler and a lot of his colleagues for free have been willing to mediate some certain cases, saying that, hey, if you could come in and we can mediate this situation, civil matters, I should say, that they're able to say, okay, this is solved. This is what a fair deal would be. If both sides agree to it, we can wrap this up and we don't have to come back to court. There's been, of course, a lot of people that have been waiting for court dates. And if you're one of those people waiting, you'll start to find out some more information now, because Ada County really hoping to get starting to roll again. But Brian, as you heard Judge Hippler, every time they get rolling in the last 2 years, something comes up.
Yep, mask, no mask, it all kind of piles up. And yeah, it looks like we all have a lot of catching up to do. All right, thanks, Joe.